Hello and welcome to the next episode of Stefan's Notes. In this video, I'd like to share with you the story on how I was diagnosed with clinical depression and how did I manage to beat it. It's hardly noticeable. At first, you don't even realize it's there. You think you're just tired. And then the fatigue gets worse. You stop responding to the phone calls. The apartment looks like it was invaded by reckless, lazy orcs. And you no longer care of what you're wearing. Until your whole existence is limited to the four walls of your apartment. And all that's there, it's just pain. That's how you know you're diving deep into the depression. Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Stefan's Notes. And in this video, I'd like to share with you the story of how I got diagnosed with Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Stefan's Notes. And in this video, I'd like to share with you the story of how I was diagnosed with clinical depression and how I managed to beat it. So let's start with what actually caused the depression, what was the reason behind it. And it's quite a complex topic, and I've kind of mentioned it in my previous videos that I was going through a very rough time in my life where there were a lot of things going on simultaneously, so there wasn't really a single reason why it all happened. Inasmuch there isn't a single reason why it happened, there were several triggers that led to the manifestation of the depression itself. So I went to South Africa, and that's when I completely drowned into my underworld. So the first trigger was when I received my negative feedback from my boss. And it wouldn't be that hurtful if it wasn't the only feedback. And for me, I believe that I've contributed so much to the company, to the projects that we're running. I've been working very hard, and I've had so many over hours, and yet it wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. So the second trigger was when I failed my driver's exam for the third time. And I guess the reason why I was so hurt by that as well is because, again, I was not good enough. Even though I've studied so much, I've prepared so hard, and I've trained so hard for this exam, yet I wasn't good enough. So this was the main reason: not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. And that's what actually led to the development of this depression itself. But then again, this was just a trigger that opened the can of worms, because this self-insufficiency and feeling of not being good enough, that's the actual problem. And of course, all of these emotions and all of these feelings, they literally caused thousands of wounds and they literally opened me inside out. And I don't think that it's reasonable to mention all of them. I don't think it really matters anymore what exactly I felt at that moment. The main concept is that it was a cumulative effect of many circumstances and many things. And it's all far gone. That's the good thing. The good thing is that I'm over it and I'm healed. So now about the healing process. My loving husband and my best friend Beata, they've literally brought me back to life. So Beata has prescribed the medication that I was taking for slightly over than half a year. And it helped me a lot to kind of go away from these feelings of being hurt to actually try to understand and comprehend what exactly happened. Oh, forgot to mention. So Beata is a professional psychiatrist, and she diagnosed clinical depression in my case, and she prescribed the treatment that I've taken for another half a year, slightly over than half a year. So the first several months, I felt like I was under influence. It was really hard to be emotional, and it was also hard to react to what people do and say. And there's something that I've learned in my therapy that I would like to share with you. That's nobody neither has power or is entitled to make you feel in a certain way. It's your choice to decide and to feel hurt, to feel neglected, to feel underestimated. That's your decision. What's more important is that you always need to remember your value, what you mean, first of all, for yourself and for people around you. And it's not that you actually need to have this feeling of being a star and that everyone around you is not worthy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that nobody can really put down your value. You should know your value and you should know what you're worth. And as well, always remember that you're super talented, that you have a lot of good ideas, you have a lot of skills and a lot of talents, and that's your worth. That's what you're about, not what other people are trying to make you feel. So finally, I'm over and I'm done with my treatment and therapy. I truly feel healed, and I guess I have no longer those bleeding wounds. Perhaps I do have a few of the scars left to remind me of the situation that I've been in, but I'm no longer hurt. It is also important to mention that it is crucial for you to know that you're not alone. Whenever you have the feeling of that inner anxiety coming up and the feeling of being abandoned and neglected, know that there are people around you that love you, people that care about you, and people that are always ready to be there for you. All you need to do is just to say that you're hurt, just to say that you need help. This is very difficult to do, and I've learned it myself. It was very difficult for me to acknowledge that I'm not all right and that I need help, that I need somebody to reach out to me and say, hey, everything is going to be all right. So today, I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with what I do. And now I know the mistakes that I've done in the past that I will never, ever do again. Thanks a lot for watching. It was a great pleasure to make this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are suffering from being depressed or having feelings of hurt deep inside, please do leave a comment. Let's stay together, let's stay in touch, and let's work on it together, because I know that you can be cured and you can be healed. Once again, if you've liked the video, please like and subscribe. I will really appreciate that, and see you next week.